Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to another BoshNRoll video. I have another Patreon deck list today. This is from patron Jake, and this is Solemnity combo. So this deck, based around the card Solemnity, this is from Amonkhet. Maybe it's Hour of Devastation. I think it's Hour of Devastation, actually. But this is from that block, the Egypt block, and this card got a lot of hubbub when it was spoiled. People were like, oh my god, you could just put Dark Depths into play. Oh my god, I can't lose to Infect anymore. Oh my god. There's so many things that use counters in Magic the Gathering that there's a lot of cool interactions with this card. And it is the linchpin of this deck. So the text is players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifact creatures, enchantments, or lands. So what does that mean? Like I just said, Dark Depths enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. If it doesn't have any ice counters on it, you get a 20/20 avatar, Merit Lage. So, Solemnity counters can't be put on lands. If you have Solemnity in play and you play Dark Depths, it arrives with no ice counters and immediately becomes Merit Lage. So, that's the core win con of the deck. Other cool things built in here: cumulative upkeep. The way that cumulative upkeep works is that at the beginning of your upkeep, put an age counter on this permanent, then sack it unless you pay its upkeep cost for each age counter on it. Guess what? Can't get age counters. So you get to keep your cumulative upkeep cards around forever if you have a Solemnity. So that makes this Elephant Grass pretty cool. And in the sideboard, this is hateful. I've never even seen this card before, but Freyalise's Radiance, cumulative upkeep 2, snow permanents don't untap during their controller's untap steps. So hopefully we get to play against snow and lock them down with this, and get to keep it forever. So those are the two main interactions with Solemnity. On top of that, there's Elvish Reclaimer looking for Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. Remnant Excavator trying to lock your opponents out with Wastelands and Ghost Quarters. Dryad of the Elysian Grove working towards this Valakut. Green Sun Zenith tying it all together. This is a pretty... the green-white Yorion deck. This is also a Yorion deck. I don't think I mentioned that. You may notice there's 80 cards in it. So green-white Yorion lands is a deck in the format. This one has just added Solemnity to it. Mirage Mirror also can copy Dark Depths and become a Dark Depths with no ice counters on it. 2 mana becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land to end a turn. You copy Dark Depths. Mirage Mirror doesn't have any counters, so surprise, Merit Lage. I do think this deck wants a Primeval Titan. So I'm going to add one just for the top end. I don't think we need 4 Veil of Summer in the main, so I'm going to turn a Veil into a Primeval Titan. So we got a little bit of a Maverick deck going on here with the Zenith package, a little bit of an Enchantress deck with the Sterling Grove looking for Solemnity and then protecting it, a little bit of a Depths deck with the Stage, the Depths, the multiple ways to trigger Depths, a little bit of a Lands deck with Glacial Chasm. So we got sort of a sampler platter of legacy engines here, and I'm excited to play it. Let's get into it, see how it goes. I think most of the games are going to end up playing out pretty differently. Right, on the play in round 1, I've revealed my companion. This is very clearly not a keep. I'm not excited about this either. I think there's only the one Dryad Arbor, and it's in my hand, so I can't even Zenith for it. Yeah, just one Dryad Arbor. This does get Reclaimer into play eventually, but I just lose to a Swords of Plowshares or Lightning Bolt. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Alright, finally a hand. I'll keep this one. I'm going to send Bojuka Bog and Ground Seal out of here. Okay, so now I can Zenith for Dryad Arbor, get my ramp on. I'm going to fetch for Savannah. Let's get my colors online. Alright, there we go. And I can Enlightened Tutor for Solemnity. I'm going to get plowed, though. All right, that's fine. So got plowed. So I can Abundant Growth, get to draw a card. Hope I draw a land here. Don't mind if I do. Punished. Any deck with Tundra really doesn't want to get wastelanded. No deck really wants to get wastelanded, but Tundra decks especially. They really want their mana under them. Alright, so drawing another land would be pretty important here. I don't want to play Dark Depths until I have Solemnity. Alright, now they got the Astrolabe. So, Dryad Arbor, although I would prefer it being in play, certainly is... Oh, I guess I can Abundant Growth, Dark Depths. Yeah, that's cool. So the Dryad Arbor forced them to play their Tundra, or else they would have had to take a turn off to Astrolabe. So it did do some work. Found another Wasteland, that's good. So I don't think I'm going to Enlighten Tutor yet. This Veil of Summer, like I can protect it if I wait a turn on the Veil and get a little deeper into the deck. Abundant Growth plus Dark Depths is a sweet combo. Just turn that into a real land. Another Astrolabe, sure. Yeah, I don't really want Enlightened Tutor to get countered. And oh shit. Now I'm just presenting Merit Lage, and they have to respect that for a while. The Abundant Growth makes Dark Depths tap, so 1/2, activate copy. Like, I actually have Merit Lage here. I'm probably not going to go for it right away, unless they don't realize what's going on and tap out, because it'll cost me the 2 lands. Like, I have to sack this one to the Legend Rule, then this one to get the Merit Lage, and I don't really have a way to protect it right now. Oh, wow. That was extremely honest that they just conceded there. Okay. I wasn't going to go for it, but you got me. All right, so Freylise's Radiance immediately showing up. That's coming in. Rest in Peace, Plow, Deafening Silence. Probably want Sylvan Safekeeper. What's less good here? I'm not like in love with Mirage Mirror, just in general. Ground Seal's probably not going to be really important here, actually. Like, I don't think they're a Dreadhorde Arcanist deck. I guess they could be the 3-color, the Jeskai Mentor deck, but I don't think that they are. So these can come in. Ground Seal at least cantrips. Elephant Grass, not super great, so I'm actually gonna switch these to 2 Ground Seals in the deck and 1 Elephant Grass out of the deck. Oh, that's too many cards. Yeah, okay, that's what I meant to do. I like the Veils, like all my creatures. Yeah, this looks good. I could bring in Teague just to play against Supreme Verdict, Force of Will, maybe Terminus, but in general, I don't think Teague is super important here. Yeah, this looks like a playable deck. In we go. It's nice. Hopefully my opponent just concedes again when I present the option of making Merit Lage. Don't even worry about me actually doing it. That was a mull to 5, by the way. Ooh, Solemnity in hand, kids. And Field of the Dead. Alright, so this hand loses hard to Back to Basics. But I don't think I can really play around it. I think I want to lead on Field, because that is more important to get active than Valakut. I guess Valakut represents Red Blast, even though I don't play that card. It certainly looks like they're just gearing up for a back to basics. Is there an out in this deck to back to basics? Yeah, I don't think there's a disenchant or anything. Whoops. Yep. If it's in, it's in. I'll just try to play around it. And okay, Teferi. That one. So Teferi can bounce Solemnity. Is there an Enlightened Tutor bullet I want to look for now? Oh wait, yeah, I want to look for Freyalise's thing. But I want to get Solemnity and play first, because Teferi can just bounce that. So, but I have no way to remove Teferi, so I should E-Tutor now if I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, I drew my Snow Forest. I diversified the basics, so Field of the Dead had a better chance of working, but that does mean that there are 2 Snowlands in my deck. Alright, so I'm going to get Freyalise's Radiance. Oh, that's exciting. Who's the back to basics deck now? Alright, so they're just gearing up over there. So I could Radiance, or I could Solemnity. I'm going to Solemnity. And they're going to bounce whatever I play this turn, it doesn't really matter. But navigating this game to a place where I can play Radiance and Solemnity in the same turn, or at least untap with both, would be pretty nice. I could have played Radiance here just as like kind of time walk, but I'm more worried about them. And I guess there's a good chance they would have bounced it, but I think that's wrong because then I just replay it. Yeah, I don't know. That's close. Maybe I'm just supposed to do this, but I don't really want to be paying its cumulative upkeep because there's no way I can, like, I don't play Exploration. I can't get ahead of the cumulative upkeep. This will eventually die, and we'll still have Teferi in play. So that's not the plan. I think my plan is just Field of the Dead, honestly. I'm going to play these other spells and represent this other stuff along the way, but really just Field of the Dead is how I'm planning on winning this game. Alright, too bad I don't have a Dark Depths available right now. Just pop out Merit Lage real quick. Alright, so Teferi can go up to 3 this turn. Yeah, so I can Radiance and put Yorion in hand. If I don't draw anything else to do with my mana. And at this point, I assume they have a counterspell, but so Veil of Summer would be a pretty good draw. Just get my Radiance in. But they only have 1 permanent tapped anyway, so maybe it's not so good. Glacial Chasm, also cumulative upkeep. I can just put this in play and creatures can't attack me until I feel like it. Awkward though that generally Glacial Chasm has the out of just don't pay its upkeep. I guess I can decline to pay 0 life. Alright, so maybe that's fine. Right, Radiance, that requires green mana. And if they fight over this, I can get a backup Solemnity into play. Tapping my Snow Forest kind of sucks, but I think it's fine. Because they're going to have to answer my Freyalise's Radiance before I will. I'm pretty sure getting the backup Solemnity in is more important than putting Yorion in hand. Like, I'm not just going to jam Yorion next turn, so what's the rush? Yorion also resets cumulative upkeep if I don't have Solemnity, or even if I do. That's a cool interaction. It'd have to be a pretty grindy game for that to come up, but anything's possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm 2 turns away from starting to make zombos. Alright, Hull Breacher's in play now. You got it. Okay, they're gonna Days Undoing me. Alright, surprise pivot, they're a combo deck. So this Horizon Canopy just got a lot worse. Elephant Grass got a lot better. Alright, so if they Days Undoing on my turn, I lose my whole hand. But the turn doesn't end. Alright, and if I get to my main phase, I can at least make a land drop and play a spell. Okay, so they are going to Days Undoing right now. That's fine. I still get my 1 draw. Maybe I'll just have Dark Depths. Okay, that I should put Yorion in hand. That's pretty free to do. And the only danger is that they shuffle it away with another Days Undoing, but whatever. They have a ton of mana from the treasures now. Like, now knowing they're a combo deck is a problem. It's another Hull Breacher coming in. Oh my god, are they Splinter Twin? Okay, untapping their mountain indicates that they probably are actually Splinter Twin, because they just have double red now. Oh, this is a screenshot for the ages. This Splinter Twin versus whatever I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to concede. Though Elephant Grass is going to be really good against this deck. That's good to know. Alright, now I know what they're up to. Swords to Plowshares, I'm a lot more interested in. Ground Seal is out. Elephant Grass is back. Gaddock Teague does shut down Splinter Twin, but I think having some plows is going to be pretty important. Mirage Mirror can take a break. Though Mirage Mirror copying Hull Breacher is pretty sweet. Target creature you control. Bummer. I can't sack a land and give their Deceiver Exarch Shroud. Collector Oof doesn't matter a whole lot. And it turns off their Astrolabes, which might matter, but it's not as good as like Swords of Plowshares or a real card. And Crucible doesn't seem like it's going to be super relevant here. Sylvan Library is good. Radiance is good. Yeah, I think Crucible is the one that should go. Because I have another Crucible in Ramen Excavator, and I can tutor for it with Zenith. I can tutor for actual Crucible with Enlightened Tutor also. But that's not a card you need multiple copies of most of the time. This is a solid hand. This looks like a super fair hand, which is not the worst place to be. I have the Plow, so I can at least try to mitigate getting Days Undoing. That's not a land you ever want to draw, basically. Fetch a Tundra, fetch a Tundra. If they fetch Tundra, it'll be a huge sign of weakness, and I'm going to go after it, but they did not. Alright, some kind of spell. Freyalise's Radiance. Alright, I can get Elvish Reclaimer with that. I'm gonna get Savannah and Reclaimer. I think Reclaimer is better than Safekeeper. Like I'm not like I don't want to sacrifice lands to save something like Knight of the Reliquary, which isn't going to win the game, and I don't have any clear path to Merit Lage right now. Ooh, juicy. All right, they had the plow, that's fine. There is a Dark Depths. What does that do for me? So I think I want to play Knight of the Reliquary. Play Wasteland, play Knight of the Reliquary. Like, the Wasteland will still be a Wasteland next turn, but it taps for mana on curve this turn. Force pitching Brainstorm. Alright, they were pretty scared of that. So have some protection from Hull Breacher at the Plow. I can play Dryad Arbor and waste them. See if they have a land drop. Caracas. That's really good against just straight up Days Undoing. Okay. I mean, sure. You got it. I think that helped both of us. I'm not sure. We both just ended up with a lot more cards in hand than we started with. They must have been out of land drops and scared of the Wasteland. I think that's why they would make that play. Alright, so I'm going to get a basic forest here. I'm going to keep playing around back to basics where I can. Shuffling my Dryad Arbor into my deck was actually kind of a gift. So I could double spell, like play Reclaimer and Knight, or I could waste this Caracas and just play Knight. What is the difference? I get farther away from Primeval Titan, but I also set them back. Alright, I'm just gonna play Knight and see what happens. I think I actually want to waste the Tundra, because I have Knight that can get waste for the Caracas, and Caracas only matters if I have Merit Lage, which is not a thing that I'm currently close to doing. Though with the Astrolabes, wasting the Tundra barely matters. Maybe going after Caracas makes more sense because it's functionally Tundra anyway, with extra text. I would believe that. I think I should have gone after Caracas. So I get to Abundant Growth. I can Abundant Growth Valakut if nothing better comes up. Alright, time to see what all the lands in this deck are. Thespian Stage and Dark Depths are big ones. The Dryad Arbor's in there, but I'm not going to Knight into a Dryad Arbor. There is another Wasteland and also Ghost Quarter. I think Wasteland looks pretty good. Alright, doesn't matter. Wasteland would look very good, though. Zenith. I can Zenith for 2. Or I could wait a turn and do it for 3. I could also do it for 1. Get Teague and Collector Root for both not in the deck. So I probably want to wait until I can do it for 3 and get Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Dark Depths, okay. I'm going to play Valakut, though, and Reclaimer. I'm holding up Plow. Oh, they don't have 6 mana, so I'm actually just going to Zenith for Dryad Arbor. Yeah, they can't Hull Breach plus Days Undoing me this turn, so I want to just develop my board. This develops like right into a Supreme Verdict, but I want to make them have it. Oh, time for Freylise's Resurgence, come on. Or Radiance? Freylise's whatever, something. What does Freylise do? She radiates. Alright, Freylise's Radiance. Alright, Blood Moon, okay. That's not the worst. And it's not great. Also, not having a disenchant in this deck is proving to be a big problem. Alright, so Dark Depths comes into play. Primeval Titan, let's go. If they have a Force of Will, now's the time. This is still just a 6/6, even if it doesn't do anything else. Alright, so I want basic planes and probably Field of the Dead. No, maybe I just get 2 basic planes. And then attack with my creature. I can't believe there's not a disenchant in this deck. Like, am I just missing something? I don't think so. Yeah, it's just not a disenchant present, which is a shame because if you remove Blood Moon, you get, like, Blood Moon also stops Dark Decks from arriving with counters. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game to win at this point. All right, is there an Enlightened Tutor target I want in this spot? Sylvan Library is pretty good. Start pulling ahead, but that is pretty bad against... how does Mirage Mirror work with Blood Moon? I boarded Mirage Mirror out anyway, it doesn't matter. This is an enchantment creature, but so that could unlock my colors, but I don't think I need colors. Like, I'm good on colors. I think I want Sylvan Library. I can also Yorion to blink these Abundant Growths at some point. Alright, so I have Sylvan Library. This taps for red, but it also attacks for 1. So I'm going to make my attack. They could ambush me with a Deceiver Exarch, I guess. But I have the Plow. Oh shit, I should have tapped this land. I'm so dumb. This is a 5-color land. And now, yeah, I just gave up a colored source for no reason. Whoops. I would play Elvish Reclaimer this turn, but I can't because I'm a dope. I would put Yorion in my hand, but I can't because I'm a dope. Whoops. Not used to having my growths so abundant. So, mountain, mountain, mountain. Though it doesn't matter because they have Astrolabes. Alright, just fair and square days undoing again. You'll draw 7. Alright, draw for turn. Alright, Radiance is a good one. Alright, so I found Radiance and Solemnity. And I'm at 29 life. Ah, you fucker. Okay, so I am not going to draw for turn. Or I'm going to draw for turn. I'm not going to use Sylvan Library. No. Okay, what creatures are still in the deck to Zenith for? 80 cards is a lot to manage. Primeval Titan was exiled. I could get Knight of the Reliquary. Alright, let me see what's going to resolve here, I guess. So, white, red, red, Solemnity. And I could Sterling Grove to give my enchantments Shroud. Alright, white, green. Enchantments have Shroud. Bajuka Bog comes into play untapped with no abilities. Freyalise's Radiance. Alright, so now we're both kind of in jail. I can activate Elvish Reclaimer though, so they can pop off a Days Undoing if they want, but Radiance is going to be in play now. This game's been crazy. I did board out Mirage Mirror, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, even something just like Night of Autumn would be excellent in this game. Just a Zenith bullet that can kill Blood Moon and unlock all my shit. The Astrolabes are also locked under Freyalise's Radiance, so they are on limited time over there to figure out what they want to do with their non-red mana. Like, all their basics are going to be snow, their non-basics are going to be mountains, they're going to run out of Astrolabes eventually. So this is actually pretty tight, somehow. And I'm going to use Elvish Reclaimer to rotate into some other land. It barely even matters what. It's just, I have 3 Dark Depths, and it is still a legend, even if it's a mountain. So is there anything super helpful here? Guess I could just get Field of the Dead. Not that it matters. All my basics are in play. I'm mostly just trying to get these Reclaimers up to 3/4s so they can tangle. Yes, I would pay 0, thank you. Still not going to do that. So I want my backup Solemnity. And I want to Zenith. 1, 2, 3, 4. X is 3, that gets Knight of the Reliquary. That is a sizable creature to attack with. Yeah, Knight is the right one here, I think. As long as I don't get Splinter Twinned out of this game, we're pretty close. And Days Undoing at this point would be rough. It would cost them another Astrolabe, but they'd end up with a bunch of treasures. But my hand is functionally empty anyway, like pretty close to empty. This game is fucking weird. They have enough mana to Splinter Twin though. Like, they could end step Exarch, and then Splinter Twin me. I did plow an Exarch though. I wonder how many of those they actually play. I'm sure the answer is more than one, but probably not a whole lot more than one. Another Astrolabe down. Keep it going. Plus Yorion is waiting. I guess I don't even want to bounce my Abundant Growths though. That doesn't work that way. Shit. Okay. Here's this. Now they have their treasures. Because Collector Oof would have been better than I gave it credit for. Alright, no, don't activate this. So 3rd Solemnity, is that where I want to be? Yeah, I guess. I don't think they play Tranquility. Yeah, I don't really have anything to do except put Yorion in my hand. Yeah, I'll do it. And Sterling Grove can tutor for an enchantment, but I don't think there's an enchantment that helps me here. I'm so tilted, there's not a disenchant. That's going to matter a lot. Also slightly tilted, I boarded out my Collector Oofs, knowing that they are this treasure deck. They have a fresh 7 in hand. Oh, Teferi's bad news. So I could sack my Snow Plains to Knight of the Reliquary because it's already tapped and locked under this Shroudy Radiance, and then I can be like, if they Days Undoing again, it'll go into my deck. All right, so that actually sounds reasonable to me. Like getting this into my deck. So they can play Days Undoing in response to this and end the turn and effectively stifle it. It's pretty fucked up. I guess I will continue developing lands as if it matters. Like, I should at least represent that I play a disenchant. Shuffle this one in. Yeah, I just need my creatures to be bigger. Alright, so do they want to Days Undoing me in my draw step? Be pretty good if they did. Right, they didn't do it. Cool. So I'm just gonna jam Yorion into play. Right now. I'm gonna bounce nothing. Yeah, there's oh my permanents have Shroud anyway, so this is literally just 4 or 5 flyer. Which is not a bad card. I want to attack them, I think. Like this, if this Teferi is going to get me, it's going to get me. This isn't even, I guess it is a lethal attack with the rotation. Alright, lethal on Teferi. Teferi lethal, Plains lethal. I'm not going to sneak in the 1 damage, because if they do Days Undoing here, then I want some option. Alright, well, that sucks. Unfortunately, I can't rotate into the Glacial Chasm because they have Blood Moon. I'll get it anyway, just in case. Yep, I'm probably getting twinned here. Oh, I guess I could have tutored for Elephant Grass to at least lock this down, but oh yeah, Teferi can't bounce that anyway. Return up to 1 permanent. Oh, they're bouncing their own Astrolabe. Okay, that makes sense. But they'll have, oh, they, alright, yeah, they need a Snowland to replay it. I don't think I want to sack my Sterling Grove. No, it doesn't matter, I'm dead. Alright, died because the deck doesn't have a disenchant. Like, if I had a Knight of Autumn or just something to answer this Blood Moon, this game would end 100 years ago. Alright, so next time I play this deck, or for Jake, whose deck this is, get a disenchant in there in the Green Sun package. Definitely would have been a pretty easy game if we had one. And I'm on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It's got lands and spells. Let's hope they're not a wasteland deck. or hope that I draw a basic forest. Either one is fine. Alright, I'll run out my Savannah. I could run out Wasteland, and that way if they waste me, I still have a green source in my hand. But I don't think that's where I want to be. Like, this is at least representing... Fuck. Nothing. It's representing nothing. I'm just gonna fucking lose. Yeah, so if I made the Wasteland play, there's actually no reason not to do that. I'm not bluffing anything. Okay, yeah, I just fucked that up. They did make a really weird play that there, though. Like, why didn't they just waste me and pass the turn? What's up with that, like, fetch, then waste, then brainstorm business? Alright, now I get to waste you. Hopefully that hurts them more than ends up hurting me. Like, if they had played, like, Delver of Secrets instead of Brainstorm there, I would be a million miles behind now. I found the basic forest, though, so back in action. They topped that Preordain. Alright, so this looks like a deck that Ground Seal will be pretty good against if they're a Dreadhorde Arcanist deck. I do need to find a land, though, that taps for mana. Stark Depths is not the droid I'm looking for. There's the Arcanist. Alright, one draw step to roll them all. Ground Seal, baby. Show it to me. Fuck. Alright. This is starting to come off the rails. If I had led on Wasteland, I think I would have Ground Seal in play right now. Or they have a double Wasteland, cool. Alright, I mean, we're pretty far from dead, but this is not the start I was hoping for. There are a pretty high density of lands that don't tap for mana in this deck. So 36 lands and 4, 5 don't tap for mana, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4 come into play tapped and tap for colorless. So 9. So that might be a little low. I'm not sure if we need 4 Dark Depths in this deck, but figure that out later. Alright, how about a land that I can play? Ugh. Alright, we're just getting pummeled. We're trying to do something goofy, and the opponent is a Delver deck, which is just how it goes sometimes. I don't think I'm ever going to cast Enlightened Tutor this game. Well, the good news is they're about to cast Brainstorm from their graveyard, going to 8 cards in hand, so they might have to go to discard. That's my dream. That's the bright side right now, is that if my opponent has too many cards in hand, they'll have to go to discard. So this Ground Seal is not going to resolve, basically. And then, if it does, they get to waste all the lands they used to cast it. They have this Wasteland just sitting in play too, waiting to pick off this Glacial Chasm that would otherwise maybe be okay. Well, alright, do you also play Stifle? Right, basic Forest. Desperate times. I'm sure this will be countered, or my Dryad Arbor lightning bolted, or, something. None of this is good. Alright, I'm just going to concede. Not winning this one. Alright, got absolutely flooded with lands that don't make mana that game. The Swords to Plowshares come in here. I don't think I want the Rest in Pieces. That's what the Ground Seals are for. And Rest in Peace is for like graveyard combo decks, but Knight of the Reliquary and the Crucibles and Elvish Reclaimer all care about the graveyard, so I'm not in a hurry to bring those in where they're not absolute bullets. Mirage Mirror is kind of a shitter. Crucible's also kind of a shitter. Collector Oof does not do anything. And gotta cut one more. Elephant Grass is pretty solid, actually. Maybe I can cut a Dark Depths. It doesn't tap for mana anyway. My opponent could easily have Blood Moon in their deck, too. Alright, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I just wish like one of these Ground Seals was a Knight of Autumn, and that would just cover an entire dimension of this deck that is currently not covered. I'm gonna change that in the main deck here right now. Knight of Autumn for a Ground Seal. That's not going to change the deck in this league, but at least it's done and I know about it for later. Alright, this hand makes some land drops. At least 3 of them that actually do anything. And that's a pretty juicy wasteland target, but again, I'm saving my Savannah, or not again, I am protecting my Savannah, like I said I should have done last game, but didn't. So Sylvan Library, Ground Seal, Swords to Plowshares, all good draws here. Green Sun Zenith, good draw. Dark Depth's not what I'm looking for. Right, I'm gonna play Savannah. I don't want to run out the stage. Like I can at least represent something here, and Savannah might be good enough for them to waste, which, while unexciting, at least protects stage and depths. That's not a wasteland. We'll take it. Sprite Dragon's pretty good. I don't think it's time to Enlighten Tutor. Alright, well, I could run this into Daze. I think that might be okay. Like, if they're gonna spend spells on this, they don't know about the Dark Depths coming. Alright, well, there's Valakut in play now, too. Just hope they don't cast Blood Moon this turn. I'm surprised this resolved, honestly. No Daze, no Force. Maybe they only have Force of Negation? And they would need 2 Lightning Bolts to kill it? Have at least 5 other mountains. Okay, so you need 6 lands to start triggering Valakut. Yeah, so now they're going to be digging for the wasteland. And land is just my best draw now. Like a land that's not Glacial Chasm or Dark Depths. Something to get Valakut triggering. Like fetch land, I guess, is my best draw. Alright, not wasteland. I'll take it. Vapor Snag. Okay, I mean, that's lame, but you got it. Are they gonna lightning bolt me, or are they just going straight for the face? Alright, is there an enchantment or artifact I want to search for at this point with Enlightened Tutor? I don't think so, because my best draw is still just fetch land. And if I don't find it, they did just aggro Vapor Snag my Dryad. Okay, so I can play my Dryad, or I can just make Marit Lage and hope it's good enough. I cannot do both. They did not shuffle that Ponder. Alright, I'm just going to make Marit Lage and hope it's good enough. They just used their Vapor Snag. Keep this one. Get Marit Lage. Alright. Do you have Brazen Borrower or a second Vapor Snag? Or like Snapcaster Mage? I don't know. Can you go face around the Marit Lage in a meaningful way? They did produce a lot of damage last turn. This reduced my life total pretty significantly. They did 8 last turn. Alright, they're just going to combat. So it looks like got the stable situation here. At least for now. There's that fetch land I wanted. That's not bad. So can I kill them right now? Alright, Force of Will, pitching Brainstorm. Okay, that's gone. So if I attack, they have to block with Delver, and then Lightning Bolt deals 3, 8. Yeah, Lightning Bolt is just really deadly. I think I want to spend a turn Enlightened Tutoring for something. I can get another Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Oh god, or I could just die to Price of Progress. Alright, yeah, I'm dead. Okay, Price of Progress. Haven't seen that card in a few years, but it is very good against my deck. Alright, next round. That one, the problem was that Delver is a hyper efficient deck, and we stumbled a bunch of times in a bunch of different ways. So rough beats. Alright, I'm on the play. Round 3. Kept this hand. My opponent's on 5. See if they're a combo deck or just unlucky. I hope they're not a combo deck, because this hand is not equipped to play against a fast combo deck. The Sterling Grove could dig for some bullets if I get to turn 3. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, Cloud Post, sure. Not sure if that's actually any better for me, but it is something. I'm not getting oops all spelled, is what I'm saying. So what does the Sterling Grove actually do? Like Wasteland, my deck does have Wasteland, so getting this Knight into play quickly is going to be important. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just going to be my turn 3 play, like regardless of what else happens. Hope it's not too late. They're going to get a second land drop here. See if they can get ahead of my Knights with their posts. It's the clever turn 2 Once Upon a Time. Still haven't played a spell. Still good. You don't have to play it on turn 1. Let's hope it doesn't show me another Cloud Post. Ancient Tomb. Alright. So they could have 3 mana this turn if they want it. He's probably still been scrying. Oh, Chalice on 1. That I don't care about. Okay, I am gonna crack my Wooded Foothills to make my Knight a 4/4. And like Spatial Contortion is a card in their colors. I don't think they're gonna have it, but it is a thing. This if they're an Eldrazi deck. If they are Eldrazi, the size of this matters a lot. Alright, they are Eldrazi. So they're probably gonna strip my other Knight of the Reliquary, would be my guess. They don't care about Elephant Grass. Yeah, Knight is one of the best cards against Eldrazi that there is. So now the question is, do I waste them now, or do I just make Marit Lage? And I'm pretty sure I make Marit Lage. Do I do it now, or do I give them a chance to have Wasteland of their own? I think I'll wait. I don't really know what they could have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they have 5 mana. They can't attack. All right, end step. Float green. Eat this. Get depths. Can I get a concession? All right, yep. Straight for the dark depths. Who needs a wasteland? All right, so what changes in this deck? I don't really think anything does. And Gaddock Teague can turn off Chalice of the Void, green, Ugins, both Ugins, all flavors of Ugin. And maybe I want Teague. Ground Seal's not going to matter. Collector Oof might be fine. Probably want some plows, though having no disenchant makes the plows a little dangerous, because if they have Chalice, that is the end of that conversation. But Ground Seal really doesn't do anything. Alright, I guess I'll play this and hope that it's good enough. My Kingdom for Night of Autumn in this 95 somewhere. The good news is if they are like, I'm trying to figure out if I can get any more information about their deck. Like, Thought-Knot Seer in the main doesn't seem normal for Green Post, but maybe that is normal, and I'm just out of touch with the lists. I don't really stay up to date with Green Post. I am going to keep this hand entirely on the strength of Wasteland in the matchup. Like, I need a green source. Oh, I probably should have cut these Veil of Summers before I cut the Ground Seals. Whoops. Yeah, hopefully just clipping the first Cloud Post strands a bunch of Vesuvas and shit in their hand. I don't know. We'll see. Thespian Stage can copy their forest at some point, if I don't draw one of my own. Alright, I found one of my own. I'm going to get the field into play. Alright, they didn't crop rotate in the end step. That's good. Oh, nice forest you got there. I'm really hoping and thinking that they have a fistful of Vesuvas. Alright, that's a reason to play Savannah this turn. This Veil of Summer is so embarrassing. I wish my deck had Ground Seals in it instead. Right, Ghost Quarter is another way. Ahead, I think we're just going to run away with this Dryad, though. Like, I can go land, Dryad, also Ghost Quarter if they have something I care about. Pajuka Bog if they don't. Rejuvenator, okay. This Veil of Summer does one thing, which is I can respond to Chalice of the Void with Veil of Summer, and then later, in the same turn, cast Swords to Plowshares. What do you think? Is that what we're looking for? All right, those. I think that Dryad is better than Knight in this spot. Yeah, I don't want to unlock their Vesuvas. Let's get these cloud posts under control and make them play fair. Cascading Cataracts means they have Golos in their deck. That's the only reason to play that card. So now I actually need land drops to make. I have a bunch of ways to make the drops. So is this going to name Eldrazi or Construct? What is Golos? I imagine he's a construct. Golem? I don't actually know. Giant. All right, Primeval Titan is the line. Golos is a scout. I would not have guessed scout, probably not in a million years. So in some trouble suddenly. Wasted 2 cloud posts and they just continued developing, so my fault. Is there any reason to use the tutor? I don't think so. Nope. Just like drawing Dark Depths is just the best thing I can do. Force of Vigor, huh? Pitching Force of Vigor. Do I care? I mean, that means I can't cast Night, but I have another Dryad, so not totally fucked. Unfortunately, didn't find a land to pull ahead here. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting Golos here. I wish these Enlightened Tutors were better. Like, I'm trying to think of... Oh, I could have tutored for Crucible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm actually going to tutor for Crucible if I survive this turn. Primeval Titan. So that can just make Infinity Billion mana. So is tutoring for Crucible even? Does that even matter? Oh yeah, it does now. Eye of Ugin is not a card I can beat. I'm probably not going to be able to beat Golos either, but at least I can pretend there's a chance. I didn't board out Crucible, did I? No, okay, good. I would hope not in this matchup. That would have been a huge mistake. Alright, so get Crucible of Worlds. Draw Crucible. Play it. Was this line available to me earlier than I took it? Because this is a really good one. Destroy Eye of Ugin. Destroy a Cloud Post. It's a Vesuva Cloud Post. I don't think it matters, but I'll go after a real one. Alright, so if I survive this turn, I can Wasteland 3 times next turn. They get to attack with Prime Time and search up 2 more lands before they have to do anything else. And I have to deal with the 6/6 at some point. I'll make a second Cataracts. Yikes. They're gearing up for the serious late game. They're trying to activate Golos twice in a turn. Right, attacking with all their creatures. Is there something that can deal 3 to my Dryad, or is this just pushing damage? Right, I guess I'll block the Rejuvenator. Tabernacle. That's pretty good. Okay, that's why they did that. I'm actually going to block Golos. I'll just soak up as much damage as I can. They can pay the 1 for Reclaimer if they want to keep it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can easily activate Golos here. I can kill all 3 of their cloud posts though, if this Golos isn't too devastating. Alright, just flip 3 lands off of this. Or like Expedition Map. Chalice of the Void's also fine. Once upon... Oh, Jesus, Emrakul the Aeonstorm. That'll do. Alright. Yeah, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Though the third one really got me. That was pretty close, despite how it looked. So, getting to a place where... Alright, these Veils gotta go. Whoops. Alright, so Plows are back in, and... I guess, like, Ground Seal, just because it cantrips, if nothing else. I don't know. Alright, so getting the Wasteland hooks in, finding that line a little faster. I'd have to rewatch that game, but I feel like there might have been a turn where I could have gotten the Wasteland, like got the Crucible and started wasting sooner. Not sure. We'll find out soon. I don't know. Let's see if it works this game. Yeah, for how many cards are in this deck, I just feel like the Enlightened Tutor package is not as strong as I would hope. I'm not sure what it's missing, but I'm starting to feel like this deck, trying to be a little bit Enchantress, a little bit Depths, a little bit Solemnity, is really pulling it in a lot of unhealthy directions. Well, I have both of my Wastelands in the opening hand, so let's see if this can buy time. Didn't work last game, but now I have a plan to find the Crucible as quickly as possible, whether through Enlightened Tutor or Green Sun Zenith for ramming up Excavator, and just more Wastelands the better. Being on the play is nice. That means I can get at least 1 land into play before I have to start wasting. And if they just lead on Forest, I'll just make my land drops. I wonder if they brought in Graveyard Hate now that they've seen what else I'm up to. Oh, oh, that's Rejuvenator, not Reclaimer. I was like, why wouldn't they play their card? Because they can't. That's a good reason not to play your card. We've seen Force of Vigor out of them now. That can kill Dryad. Can also kill Crucible. Cannot kill Raminep Excavator. They are just aggressively playing around Wasteland right now. Savannah should probably get a basic just in case. I don't know what they would do, but I can play around it, so I will. And I'm going to play Wasteland as my bonus land, so they can't crop rotate and immediately get something going. Though we've seen Chalice of the Void, so I'd be surprised if they had crop rotation in their deck. So Valakut's a great draw. Primeval Titan's a good draw. Got a lot of good draws here. Just gotta find some of them. Gotta kill my opponent is what I'm saying. I've pulled ahead, I've generated a little bit of space. Now I gotta actually defeat them. Alright, another indestructible land. Alright, Rejuvenator has a little less control over what it does than playing lands from hand does. Cavern, probably on Giant or Scout. Giant, alright. Well, I can't counter their Scout anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, deck, Crucible of Worlds, Green Sun Zenith. Valakut, I did just mention that as a good draw, and I am not changing my mind about that. So I'll deal the 3 damage there. Attack my opponent. Now, killing the blocker doesn't matter because Valakut deals 3 and the attacker deals 2. So I'm going to fetch now so I can get another shot off with Valakut before I waste their Cavern. Because they've shown me Ancient Tomb. Like, I see it. It's right there. I guess I should have put Yorion in hand. I keep forgetting I even have a companion. Just trying not to die over here. Oh, Valakut being online, big help. Hopefully they read into this untapped mana something that isn't there, like that I held up these lands for a reason. Oh, you're fucked. So, alright, I'll just go for it. Wasteland is not the answer here, but these fetch lands are actually, I think, lethal. Are they actually lethal? Yep, Xaxes. Unless they can gain life or remove one of these permanents, which I feel like they would have done already if they could. Bango. GG's. Alright, finally went off the way we're supposed to. Next round. I'm on the draw for round 4. I've kept this hand. Ooh, Tranquil Thicket. We're playing some sort of lands mirror. Normal decks don't play Tranquil Thicket. That's the first rule of Fight Club. Alright, I'm gonna get my Dryad Arbor off of a basic forest. I mean, they definitely have Wasteland over there. They could have Punishing Fire or Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay doesn't kill Dryad Arbor, but still making them have it. Like if they waste me here, it costs them a turn of development to undo my jump in development, which kind of like puts me on the play resource-wise. Alright, Mox Diamond changes that math a bit. Solemnity is dangerous because they could crop rotation into Dark Depths and just kill me at instant speed. The good news is, if they're a loam deck, Ground Seal is going to be insane. Alright, so I'm going to get Ground Seal into play immediately. It's also the cantrip I'm looking for. I do need another land to get this Dryad going. The second Ground Seal. This ground has been going to get so sealed. This Reclaimer is scary though, but they have to do it fair and square if they can't loan back their lands. Cards in graveyards can't be targeted by spells or abilities. Life from the Loam targets 3 lands. There's no removal in the main deck for this, I just have to beat it. Alright, so Reclaimer can find the depths. Depths is Merit Lage is black, so black creatures can't attack you, non-black creatures have to pay extra. How about a land? Alright, good job, deck. Now, what's the play? I could put this Dryad in, or I could get Solemnity in, but Solemnity makes Dark Depths for them, so that's a no. Let's see, so it would cost them 2, the Depths would come into play. Yeah, okay, so pretty safe from that. Yeah, I think I want to take this opportunity to get Dryad in. Yeah, next turn, if I have another land drop, I can Solemnity plus Elephant Grass together, and then I don't care if they get Merit Lage because it can never attack me. Maybe I should have ground sealed for that reason. Like, trying to find the 4th land to get that combo online is pretty important. Oh, they rotated away the stage. Interesting. So they're not going to try to depths me? Or are they going to try to waste me out? What's going on here? If I find another land at some point, I can tutor for Crucible and start making bonus land drops out of my graveyard, which actually sounds like a great mid-game plan. Okay, so let's see if they're going to aggro waste me here, which I think would be kind of nonsensical. I mean, it would be really good, but they don't know my hand. I haven't missed a land drop yet. Okay, they're decaying this. Guess they could waste me and just go on 3-4 beatdown mode. Alright, so just gotta keep drawing lands, I guess. Alright, ground seal flooded. Didn't know that was a thing, but here it is. Alright. So now I can e-tutor in the end step for Crucible, play Crucible, start making land drops out of my graveyard. As long as they don't play Dark Depths right now, that's fine. Are they still beating down? They're still beating down, okay. Valakut Exploration, that card's scary. Alright, I'm not sure that Crucible is what I want anymore. Searching for Dryad doesn't help me though. So I think I actually do still want Crucible. Let's find out. Yeah, Solemnity's no help. Yeah, I want Crucible with this one. I can hit land drops. Though my life total is in some dire jeopardy. I'm not going to get a fetch land because it doesn't do anything important. I think holding up Veil of Summer against an Abrupt Decay is worth more than playing Elephant Grass that they can just pay for. Next turn I can Solemnity plus Elephant Grass plus hold up Veil of Summer. But I'm still blading out to this Valakut Exploration. Grasping Dunes. Alright. Luckily without an Exploration, the Valakut Exploration is just like deal 1 damage per turn for the most part. I guess if they hit a spell, it gets a lot better. Yes, Abrupt Decay, please, 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 please. Yes! Oh, a rare blowout when I needed it most. Alright, let's see if they want to pivot into making Merit Lage or if they're still going to be attacking. Come on, pivot, pivot. Yes. Alright, cool. That's so much better for me. Okay, so play this land out of the graveyard, Elephant Grass, and Solemnity. All right, so they can make Merit Lage immediately, but it can't attack me ever. And Elvish Reclaimer will cost more if they want to attack with it. All right, we're going to see our first Merit Lage off Solemnity. Unfortunately, it's not mine. It's got to dodge a Abrupt Decay off the top. They've used 2 of them already. Oh, Blast Zone. That can't have counters on it. Good choice. We find Wasteland off that. Okay. Whoops. I hope they pour a bunch of mana into this Blast Zone. The only thing it can destroy is Mox Diamond. If they want to play this Wasteland off the Valakut Exploration, that means like that's the land for the turn. All right, starting to get the hooks in. Yorion will eventually be able to block Elvish Reclaimer. Their Karakas is in their graveyard, so that's going to be hard to get with the double ground seal. All right, yeah, so I have to get Yorion online before I'm just dead. What the fuck is happening? Do you have like some ninja? Oh, no, they're paying for Elephant Grass. Right, that is required. So fetching would put me to 5. So I'm going to have to fetch anyway, so I might as well. All right. Just really don't want to draw lands at this juncture. Does that help me? I don't think it does. So 1, 2, 3. I can get Yorion in hand. 3, 4. They can deal some serious damage to me. I need a blocker. That's a blocker. All right, that should save a lot of time, actually. I can't Ghost Quarter them because the basics they fetch would trigger Valakut Exploration. Right, I like Horizon Canopy. And I don't think I want to put Yorion in hand if it costs me a life at this point. So they can Grasping Dunes. Oh no, they can't. I hope they think they can Grasping Dunes, but it's not going to work. Oh, that's actually a nightmare. Okay, I could get burned out very quickly by Valakut Exploration now. Wish I had a Disenchant once again. Or non-creature removal of any kind, really. Crop rotation for a fetch land that triggers Valakut Exploration twice, and then they get the land drops off the exploration as well. Now this could go poorly. Bajukabog, fuck. But okay. Oh, they found Field of the Dead off of exploration. Crop rotation, but they don't have green mana. Okay. Not the worst. I think I have to chump block though. If I don't chump, then I guess I can draw a card with Horizon Canopy and figure out what my plan looks like. Like I go to 1 if I don't block. Oh, they did actually have the mana to pay for that. Okay. Mirage Mirror. Does that help me? Yeah, I'm just dead to Valakut Exploration if I don't block, so I have to block. Artifact, creature, enchantment, or land. So I can have my own Valakut Exploration, but I don't think that helps me. I need a Dark Depths. So now what? I can copy Elvish Reclaimer, but mine will still be small. And then I lose my Mirage Mirror. I could copy Elephant Grass, but that also doesn't help. Play Canopy out of the graveyard again. Mirror, I guess, can at least block. Oh wait, I can copy... Oh, this costs 3. What a ripoff. Costs 2 to activate. So I can copy Exploration this turn, play an extra land. Alright, time to get tricky. That doesn't actually do anything for me, though. I can copy Elephant Grass before combat. Alright, I'm just gonna pass. I guess, could I have copied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I couldn't copy Field of the Dead and make a zombie. Why is this tapped? I don't understand why that card is tapped. Are they in the process of activating it? Is that why this is happening? Okay, that's what's happening. If they play Ramanap Ruins, I'm dead. But they might just be getting the fetch land here to supercharge the Valakut Exploration and find the last 4 points. Yeah, I don't think I had a way to gain life. Oh, Glacial Chasm. Prevent all damage. Oh, okay, so I should be looking for Glacial Chasm, I guess. They got Rishadenport off of that. Sylvan Library, that's a pretty good card. I can copy Sylvan Library with Mirage Mirror. This still has Summoning Sickness, unfortunately, so I can't turn it into Reclaimer and activate it all at once. But Glacial Chasm should... Or they have Wasteland sitting right there, never mind. Alright, so in my upkeep, I can copy Sylvan Library. And that gives me more looks. Alright, I'm putting that back. Put on top, put on top. Then Windswept Heath puts me to 3. But I think that is necessary to clear the top of my deck. I don't need to do it right now, but it's probably going to have to happen eventually. It's weird that they got Rishadenport. I don't know. I feel like I should have lost this game a long time ago, and I'm not sure why I haven't. But I think I will this turn. The Sylvan Library, they should be able to figure it out. Alright, so in combat, so they can attack. Then I'm going to copy the Reclaimer so I can block. I hope they kept Abrupt Decay so I can blow out with Veil of Summer again. Block. Oh, I can reclaim now. I don't have Summoning Sickness anymore. Alright, this is great. I hope there's another Savannah in the deck. Alright, there is. So tap, activate, sack this. I'll get the Glacial Chasm. They tapped their Wasteland. This also saves my creature because it'll put a third land in the graveyard. I can sack one of these Savannas. Trying to diversify because copying their Field of the Dead is going to be my plan pretty soon. So now I have Glacial Chasm under Solemnity as well. The Wasteland is tapped. Can't take damage. I'm ahead on the clock, which now suddenly just became part of this game. This is exciting. I'm genuinely excited. And so pay 1 life. Okay, so that Glacial Chasm does not protect me from that. Solemnity. Wop, 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 wop. Weird card to play against. I don't blame you for being confused. Another exploration. Yikes. Hopefully they don't realize the implications of Glacial Chasm. Alright, they realize the implications of Glacial Chasm. I think it's also just like way better to play that. Tabernacle, another Mox. Is your card in hand a land or not? Let's find out. Alright, I think I'm actually like stable to the point of a head right now, somehow. Alright, would you like to pay 0 life? Yes, I would. Yes. And yes. It doesn't hurt. I don't think I need both, but couldn't hurt to have that one too. Knight of the Reliquary. Pretty serious magic card. Ghost Quarter. I think I want to take out their Wasteland. Because Wasteland on Glacial Chasm is the way they can still win this game. They did have a basic, found another exploration, which I don't care about. Knight. Do I want to go to 2 life for Sylvan Library? And probably can't attack. Oh, right, because I have Glacial Chasm. So that's just a big creature. Going to 2, it seems fine. Yeah, alright. Okay, all in. Again. Oh, this is at the end of your turn? Okay, so they can get the second exploration into play and just start yeeting their deck at me. With the double actual exploration, double Valakut exploration, plus Sylvan Library, they should be able to figure this out. All they really need is a Wasteland, and then I'm dead. Yeah, I was feeling good until the second exploration became part of the game. I feel pretty bad about that. Second Valakut exploration specifically. Deck shouldn't be allowed to play both. I want to be able to say exploration and everyone to know what I'm talking about. Alright, so this can get some land. Oh, they didn't play their backup Valakut exploration before they activated this, so that's a lost exile trigger that they're not going to get back. What is that? Light from the Loam? Alright, that can't cast that card. Well, you can cast it, you just can't have any targets. Alright, they figured it out eventually. Hopefully it's too late. Taiga, finding Maze of Ith, and shit, they found Ghost Quarter. I'm dead. Yep, just literally dead. Okay, fine. Oh, I should have left up I realize where I fucked this up. Instead of playing Sylvan Library, I should have left up 2 mana so I could copy Glacial Chasm with Mirage Mirror. I just lost this game for no reason. Alright, fine. Live and learn. Yep. Did all that work just to punt it at the end. I got greedy with Sylvan Library and forgot that I could do that. Okay. Ground Seal was insane. Swords of Plowshare is probably going to be pretty good. I don't think I want all 4, but I want some of them. Collector Oof's probably good. I shut down their Mox Diamonds. Veil of Summer was a blowout when it happened. Solemnity got a lot of value, actually. My whole deck seems fine. Really, the only problem is that I am soft to Valakut Exploration, which is a card I have no recourse to answer. Knight's good. Maybe Sterling Grove isn't that important. As it does give this Shroud, though, so I want some number of those. Elephant Grass can probably chill out. Swords of Plowshares does a lot of the same work that does. And Mirage Mirror was actually great. Woulda won me that game if I played smarter. Enlightened Tutor is good. Maybe I don't need all the Solemnities. Yeah, I mean, it shut down a Blast Zone and a Grasping Dunes. But it also threatened me with their Merit Lage pretty often. Yuck. Another no green source hand. Is it remotely defensible to keep a hand like this? And sure, I'm gonna send the Swords to Plowshares, I think, or the Enlightened Tutor. It's one or the other. I'll send the Enlightened Tutor. Like, I can lead on Thespian stage, Wasteland can interact with them, Bajuka Bog, their deck does care about that. I have a couple draw steps to find a green source before I'm really in trouble. If I can hang the stage out in front of them, maybe they'll waste it and we get into like a Wasteland game that I'm actually pretty comfortable playing right now. I'd prefer this to get wasted than a Savannah. I could copy their Dark Depths too. That sucks. Uh-oh, their deck is coherent and mine is less than coherent. And I'm getting punished for it. Alright, found green source. We're in the game. They can pay life pretty aggressively though. I'm trying to shake off the tilt of punting that last game. There was so much going on, but I really did have it under control if I hadn't just given it away like that. Uh-oh. Rashad and Port, pretty good card. So if they port me, do I want to Reclaimer? What would I be reclaiming for? Like, I could get depths and try to set up, but I don't think I want to do that. I need a Caracas of my own. I can put Wasteland into play, make sure I don't lose on the spot. Can activate Reclaimer in the end step. Looking for depths, I think that's the better way to do this. They put one card back. They didn't take the full 8 again. Alright, they just kept one card this time. Which probably means they only need one card. Alright, is this Valakut Exploration? Oh, that card's so good. Alright, so that's one land drop. There's another one out of the Exploration if they want it. Field of the Dead. Which puts Abrupt Decay over there, which luckily they are not even close to casting that. Right, they tapped their Rishadan Port also, but their Ghost Quarter is still up. So, pretty sure I want to activate this. And sack my Wasteland? Yeah, I'll sack Wasteland. I'll get the Dark Depths. At least put them to the test of leaving up Ghost Quarter forever if they want to interact with this. Ghost Quarter, they just crack it off? Sure. Yeah, I will easily take the color fixing as well. Thanks for that. Now we don't have to dance around it, I can just play Magic. Okay, so I can fetch this up to a 3/4 and just start bashing. I guess I don't think I want them to know that Caracas is in my hand. So I could fetch Dryad Arbor as another creature in play for the beatdowns, but I think I'd rather have my mana under me. Yeah, they took 8 for that Sylvan Library early on. Let me just damage them now. Burn for it. Burn for your hubris. Alright, presenting lethal. Guess not quite, I'm one short of lethal. I don't have a fetch land available. The Sylvan Library, even if they don't keep the cards, they're stacking the cards for Valakut Exploration, so they have a lot of control over the top of the deck right now. The question left is it good enough? Alright, if they wasteland me, they're dead on board. Another Exploration under there. Yeah, so they can Hadoken their top 3 or 4 cards a turn at this point. I just have to make sure the game doesn't last that long. Crows and Grip. That has no targets. Well, I guess it has a lot of targets, but none that they actually want to use. Alright, I think I just attack for 8. Fetch land, force lethal. So are they gonna port me? Alright, they are porting me. Don't care about that. Abundant Growth, huh? They do have a Wasteland. So I'll Abundant Growth this forest. That's the one they can't destroy in response. I would like to draw my card. Prime time. So now the choice is I can attack them to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can copy this 6. Alright, there's a good chance they'll have a bunch of a zombie army next turn. So I could attack them to 6 and have lethal in play for next turn, or I could attack them for 1 or 2/1. But then my shields are down. If their one card in hand is Crop Rotation, I guess I have the Plow. So, but if they waste, float, rotate. All right, they don't have enough mana to do all that, so I'll just put them to 1. And I think I want a Bajuka Bog. No, I want a Caracas, so I can activate my Thespian stage if properly motivated. Also, if they do produce Dark Depths in the end step, I want to be able to answer it without giving them 20 life, if that's an option. Alright, they're ready to make zombies here. I guess using Night to get Wasteland to clear Field of the Dead probably would have been the smartest play. Because they can make a lot of zombies now. Yeah, I think I fucked that up. I'm so bad at these land stacks. They're so different than the decks I normally play that, and the play patterns aren't always obvious. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can copy Field of the Dead, but that doesn't matter. Oh, they have Tabernacle now. Okay, they're Light from the Loam. I'm punished for not bogging them. Get back Depths and Ghost Quarter. I mean, if they play the Depths, I'll just copy it. There's Ghost Quarter. Got Crop Rotation under there. They do have a green source. Wasteland, huh? Alright. Copy this forest. Alright, so Wasteland didn't work. I still have Thespian Stage in play, but now they can play their Depths without me getting a 20/20 out of it. Alright, there's Depths. Let's see if they Ghost Quarter Caracas and then make the Merit Lage all at once. I think they're out of land drops for this port. They can still Crop Rotation though. Oh, I think I'm actually remembering right now when it matters the most that Jake said that he forgot to put Sejiri Step in the deck, and I was supposed to add it. Uh-oh. Sejiri Step would actually win this game right now, and it's not in the deck. Alright, so are they just going to make Merit Lage? Yeah, Sejiri Step would just pro-black, attack through everything, and make them dead right now, but I am a dummy. I forgot to put it in the deck. I assume they want to Crop Rotate while it's still there. But Night is in play. If they want to get a 20/20 out of this Dark Depths, they're going to have to do it before Night untaps. Yeah, now that they have Loam active too, yeah, I was just going to say, if they just start getting 3 Wastelands, get 3 Wastelands and Loam and play 3 Wastelands a turn with their explorations, I'm not going to be able to come back from that. Though I can Bog the Loam. I do have Bog. I just have to beat Merit Lage and Field of the Dead now. So what does that look like? I can plow the Merit Lage, and I can activate Night, get a Wasteland for the field. Right, they do have Rashadan ports also. All right, so pay for that. Yes. Pay for this. Yes. Oh, Ramanap Excavator, not bad. Probably not super helpful either. Wish my deck had a Sejiri Step. So I guess I Bog here. Let's clear that loam at least. Get that out of the way. And then I think I just have to leave this mana up. I don't have an attack, not a good one anyway. If they don't go for Merit Lage in the end step, I'll Wasteland their Field of the Dead. They have 5 minutes on their clock to my 10.5, so that's also a win condition right now. Because 4 zombies is not going to beat me. Alright, let me see if they want to pay for these, and then I'll fight over Field of the Dead. Alright, they're just letting them go. Alright, that's why I let that happen first, so they don't know that that's important. So, yeah, there's my Wasteland. Alright, fuck your Field of the Dead. They can copy it with Thespian Stage, but I'll deal with that next turn. Alright, they didn't even want to do that. Deal. Alright, stacking the deck for Valakut Exploration again. If they find Loam again, they just get their field back, which kind of sucks. But they are dead on board if they don't put together that exact string of plays. Abrupt Decay. That's brutal. I do not have a Veil of Summer in my hand right now. So they're going to kill Knight, I imagine. Alright, Knight's dead. You got me. I think Excavator is going to be more valuable long term. What lands can I get right now with Reclaimer? I could get my own Field of the Dead. Bojuka Bog's already in play. Yeah, I mean, turning Bojuka Bog into something more stable or something more useful. I'll float green. Looks like they're making some kind of move, trying to work their Merit Lage into play, but I have answers to it. Like Caracas is right there in the graveyard, and they don't know about Ramen Excavator, but I do. Oh, they just conceded. I think they realize that they can't win this game in 3 minutes, and they do better trying to make a quick Merit Lage in game 3. Okay, so I played better that time and did manage to work through it. Now we're going into the game 3 that didn't need to happen, but here it is. Them with 3 minutes on their clock. Oh, they know they can't win in 3 minutes, so they just backed it up. I'll take that on into the final round, looking for that 3-2 positive record. All right, I'm on the draw here. I've kept this hand. It has the turn 4 depths, just fair and square with land drops. I get to pretend that I'm Enchantress for a couple turns. They pondered and chose to shuffle. All right, didn't draw Wasteland. I would have cracked it off real hard here. I'm going to get a basic and put Abundant Growth on it. I'm going to fetch the Snow Covered because it doesn't matter in game 1. Collector Oof. Alright, if they are a combo deck, Collector Oof could be a big deal, turning off Lotus Petals and LEDs. And Underground Sea, Ponder is a pretty combo-y start. There's not a lot of fair decks that play Underground Sea right now. Alright, the bug colors. Alright, I think just getting Collector Roof in play is smart money right now. Just in case. I don't know. This looks like it could be some sort of ad nauseum tendrils kind of thing. Uro. Alright. That's pretty fair for ad nauseam tendrils. Don't they know that? Alright, so I'm gonna have to get my knight into play. Thespian Stage. Now they know I'm a Dark Depths deck if they hadn't already filled in the pieces. Alright, knight. Gonna need white mana for that. Alright, knight's in play. So I can get Caracas for Uro if they just jam it into play here. If they plow my knight. But that doesn't make green mana, so we'll see how this goes. If they have a green source, they can make Uro. Yeah, they do. Of course. This is a fast Uro. Even have a brainstormed cherry on top. Okay, so I can make Merit Lage this turn. And they're going to be over 20 life, so getting an attack off it isn't a huge deal. But I can at least represent it in combat. If they plow it, I gain 20 life. It does set me back 2 lands, though. Oh wait, no it doesn't, because I can Solemnity it. I was talking about activating Stage, but this actually is just way better. Please don't force this. Give me my first Dark Depths. Give it to me. Ah, you coward. Alright, fine. I'll show you that you were right. Just play the depths. I'm not going to skip my land drop. Though I could refire the Solemnity plus land drop next turn. But I think at this point I just have to beat this Uro. More than I have to do anything else. Coatl, no death touch. Oko. Alright, so what do I do now? How do I turn this one around? Guess I can fetch and look at my deck and decide what's in here. The Sterling Grove and the Solemnity. Let's see. Dryad is like whatever. Not much of this is very exciting. I mean, Mirage Mirror, but that's like the one thing I can't tutor for right now. I can tutor for lands and enchantments. Sylvan Library, Elephant Grass. Alright, fine. Alright, I'm gonna get Reclaimer into play. I'm gonna draw a card first. Let's Abundant Growth the Dark Depths. Turn that into a mana land. Oh! So they can elk that or steal it. No, they can't steal it. They only steal creatures. I think I want to. Oh, I only have 4 mana. Why did I think I have 5? Oh, because I did before I did this. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna play Solemnity and Elvish Reclaimer. I think I'm supposed to attack Oko here too. While this thing doesn't have Death Touch, let me just get in. If I untap with Reclaimer, if they don't elk it or remove it some other way, I can get Caracas, but it comes into play tapped. Ah, damn. Alright. This Uro is troublesome. But Solemnity is in play now. For whatever good that does at this point. Yes, it makes Glacial Chasm. Okay, I can Glacial Chasm. That's actually really good. Then, okay, so... Oh wait, no, because they killed the Reclaimer. I'm just looking at this Collector Roof like it's still something helpful, which it's not. Alright, white, green. Let's get Sterling Grove in play. Then I can play Knight, which is a 4/4, big enough to tangle with these elks. Alright, that was bait. Gotcha. Alright, so they can elk the Knight also. God, Oko sucks. I'm so done with that card. Ready for it to be gone from Legacy forever. Oh, they didn't even need to elk it. 6, 7, 8. They forgot to elk one of their quaddles. You have a lethal attack. What are you doing? Oh, no, you don't. Okay, because I can block this one. All right. Maybe leaving that makes some sense, but not a whole lot. So I have to draw Glacial Chasm, just all natural right now, but I think I'm like pretty good if I do. Like Assassin's... Oh, JK. So what does this do? Nothing. All right. Got properly snow code, but it's time to bring in Freyalise's Radiance. All right, Radiance comes in. I don't think I want Rest in Peace. Probably want some Swords to Plowshares. And Safekeeper. So they might have Clothis, which is like a pretty good card, but I'm gonna go a little lower on Ground Seal anyway. E-Tutor. Veil is actually very good. We saw both Counterspells and Abrupt Decays be good in that matchup. The Mirage Mirror, I don't think this is what I want for this matchup. It's an elk most of the time. Primetime is good. Collector Oof, not what I want. I was excited about the Collector Oof when I thought they might be at Nauseam Tendrils, but then they just were Snowco instead. Like Clothis is the card I'm worried about with leaving in any ground seals. Like Uro doesn't care about being sealed in the ground. No respect for that. I don't know. If they have one Clothis, I'll leave in one ground seal. How's that for a deal? Alright. This is the deck I'm presenting. Really hope we get to Radiance them. I'll keep this. I can Zenith for Dryad Arbor on turn 1. I need to draw a land turn 2, but I have another 1-drop play. Sylvan Library is really good. Don't think you can be afraid of hands like this. Let's hope they just don't. Just play Astrolabe and pass the turn. Alright, that's not Swords of Plowshare mana. I'll take it. Land. Shit. Okay, let's see how this goes. If they have Abrupt Decay, I might just lose. If they don't, I might just win. Alright, a Library of Huron. Okay. I'm more worried about executing my own plan than stopping theirs right now, so that's a deal. Pay for... I'm keeping everything. Field of the Dead or Valakut. I probably want to lead on Field. Or maybe I want to Ground Seal and see if I can draw a white source. Or I could Zenith for Reclaimer, but I already have a Reclaimer in my hand. Alright, I'm going to play Field of the Dead and Zenith for a Reclaimer right now while that's mana efficient to do. Yeah, I really wish I had found a white source, but I'll find one eventually. I'm pretty well set up to play a Valakut game if I find a Dryad, and Enlightened Tutor can find Dryad. Alright, Leovold is some horse shit. Alright, can't draw extra cards. So I guess I'm just playing Valakut and Elvish Reclaimer here. I'm gonna reclaim the Valakut into some white source. Guess I could reclaim it into Caracas. Yeah, they're drawing a bunch of cards off library anyway. Yeah, I think reclaiming into Caracas makes sense. That turns my library back on. And Caracas is also a white source. Let's see, do they want to attack into the triple block? They do not. Okay. Alright, Valakut, I'll get you later. And Caracas. Alright, you can draw an extra card if I get to draw 2 extra cards. I think that's a good deal. At least for me. Yuck. Alright, this didn't work out so well. I'll put this on top. I don't think... Actually, yeah, I do want all of this because getting the Dryad is going to be a big deal. I can ground seal now too. Alright, so I'm not going to attack into a snake. Surprise. Were you surprised? Alright, so this snake is actually a pretty quick clock because I'm at 8. They're at 7 over there though. We're both just recklessly spewing life. Alright, it's Uro time. I can rotate into Bajuka Bog this time, so that's not that devastating. That does suck. Didn't even want to attack for 1 damage first. I'm just so excited. I guess I also have Caracas, so yeah, I didn't leave up 2 mana to rotate, so alright, see you later. Oh, that's a snow creature. I made fun of them, but I'm the idiot. You got me. Alright, what do we got here? Excavator. Elephant Grass and Green Sun Zenith. Don't need another one of those. I don't think I can afford to do this. And hope they don't counter this because I don't really have another option. The second Valakut, yeah, I think that is where I want to be. Because my plan is to Zenith for Dryad. And having Valakut turned on, that's just an extra trigger. They still have that Leovold in their hand. They're gonna bring back Uro this turn. They need 1 more card in their graveyard to bring back Uro. There it is. Playing against a coherent Legacy deck with a brew is always such a trip. Okay, so this Dryad Arbor is off. There's no way to get Dryad Arbor into play in Magic the Gathering when Containment Priest is in play. It's just not a thing. Because if a creature would enter the battlefield, it wasn't cast. You can't cast a land. It's just not doesn't work that way. So I think I want to plow Containment Priest first before they get this draw. All right. Yeah, my plan definitely. I can Caracas the Uro, but I'm gonna need to Zenith to have any chance at all. All right, finding a fetch land here would be great. All right, top. All right, that's not a fetch land, but it's not nothing. If they have force, this is a good time to force. They figured it out. All right. Bounce Uro. Get to attack. Can actually attack. It doesn't happen very often. All right, so there's another Zenith floating on top of my deck. So I can roll with that. My only land drop is in the graveyard, though, so gotta hope this excavator sticks around for a little while. All right, I did leave the Zenith on top, so that's okay for now. I also still have the Caracas. So they're gaining a bunch of life, drawing a bunch of cards, but Caracas is doing a pretty good job keeping them in check. Though the Coatl is just a real threat, remains a real threat somehow. But Valakut should clean that up this turn. So I'm just going to draw the Zenith. I'm not going to try to do anything else. All right, do you have another force? Please don't. I need you to not. Containment Priest. Well, fuck, that's even worse. All right, I'm going to let this resolve because I do want the shuffle. So do I want to pick a creature that I don't want to draw, or do I want to just, like, I could choose Safekeeper, so it's just not something that I'm going to draw, or I could just fail to find. Either one is fine. Think I want to pitch. Yeah, I don't think Safekeeper is a helpful draw anymore, so I'm just going to exile it forever. And I'm not going to play this Dryad Arbor because it'll also be exiled forever. These double Containment Priest they've got is pretty strong. All right. Bad times over here. I'm going to have to bounce this Leovold again. And they get another card off of that. All right, Uro is still a couple points away from coming back. Yuck, this has not gone well. I had a couple reasonable shots at this game with the Zeniths and the double Valakut here, but it has unfortunately slipped away. So I'm going to have to bounce Leovold again because I'm going to need this library to pay off. Elephant Grass, that's a little bit late to the party. All right, put on top. I can't pay for life. I can't afford it. I can. This is just a 1/2. That's also not helpful. This attack puts me to 1. All right, so is there. So if I play Solemnity this turn, and then Enlightened Tutor. Oh, wait, no. Enlightened Tutor can't search for. I was just going to say Enlightened Tutor for Glacial Chasm, but that's not a thing. All right, so. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh no. Savannah was a redundant name, so that's not helpful. So I'm dead to an Ice Fang Coatl. I'm dead to basically everything, so might as well just put Yorion in my hand. Alright, if you have Coatl or Priest, I'm dead. Okay, that's not a Coatl or Priest. Still sucks, but it's not as bad as it could have been. This was the Priest that killed me. Even if they played another flash creature to actually deal the last point of damage last turn, that second Priest shutting down the second Zenith. It's brutal. I can still draw Glacial Chasm. Oh, nope, just dead. Haste creature. Alright. Didn't find the Freylise's Radiance. Got outmaneuvered a few times with the second Containment Priest really shut me down there. Okay, so this deck needs Knight of Autumn. I'm not convinced you need 4 Dark Depths. I think that maybe that should be some other mana producing land. Like, this deck is pretty slow and wins in its own kind of way later on, so I don't really like that. What's another land that could be good here? We already have Horizon Canopy. Oh, Horizon Canopy doesn't seem bad. So I'll add another one of those. Just I would want some removal in the main deck, like move in some Swords to Plowshares. It's probably better than the all 3 Elephant Grasses. Like, Grass is okay, but it's only really good against black creatures. Like, it is really good against Meral Age and zombie tokens. It's probably pretty good against Delver too, where you're pressuring their low mana count, but against Snow, it's basically textless. Probably want some more removal of some kind in the sideboard. I'll tune with it. I'm not going to do it all on camera and bore everyone, but I do think you'd be better off committing to one of the 3 or 4 plans here in general. But this was a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. This is certainly something you can tinker with if you want to. Oh, right, the Sejiri Step was supposed to be in the deck. Sorry, Jake. Would have won me a match if I had it. But okay, so Sejiri Step is the land that should be in there. And Rest in Peace actually hurts this deck a lot, so I don't think that that's how you want to fight the graveyard. Maybe some... Like, the sideboard is pretty stacked for combo, but we're pretty bad against fair decks for how... Like lands are supposed... Like, the green-white based or green-based land style decks are supposed to be good against fair decks, and we got kind of outmaneuvered in a lot of ways against the fair decks here. So, something to think about there. More to work on with this deck. Definitely a rough draft, but hopefully I helped get it a couple steps closer. The link in the description will have my final thoughts on it after that league. I'm not going to flesh out the sideboard slots and everything now, but thanks for watching. Thanks for the deck, Jake. If you want me to play your deck, subscribe on Patreon. That's a Patreon tier. You could also just contact me for a one-of donation league. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.